Alabama men's National Division playoffs will start this Wednesday, July 31st, weather permitting. The 5th-seeded New York Bombers will take on the number 12-seeded John Nestor Blue Jays team that's led by Coach Dennis Montefiore. If that game is rained out, they will play on Friday night at South Shore. So you have two Blue Jay teams going on, the one that someone yours truly manages, and that game, Bombers and Blue Jays at 8:30 at South Shore. Now, there's a lot of parity in the National Division, and again, listen, people are saying, Chris, how can you make a prediction here when you have managing a team in the own division? Take my team out of it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my team out of it, and I'm going to be biased here right down the middle and exactly what I think. And I may hurt some feelings, I may not, who knows? This is just the hard reality. A lot of parity in the National Division. It's one of the best divisions on Staten Island in terms of baseball. There is a lot of competition, okay? Brothers, you know, going in the off season, who's going to win first place? Brothers. Who's going to at least be in the championship? Brothers. So you know exactly going in the American Division, there's going to be one team that's going to finish first, and the other team is going to finish, whatever, and they'll be in the champ, and that is on the year. So you had 5 teams with double digits in wins in the National Division. Some very good teams at the top. Also some very good teams, some sneaky teams on the bottom. You got to look at Tax on Wheels. Yes, they're 5-13, but they played a lot better this year. They have held in it with a lot of the teams. They beat the Cyclones 13-12. They almost beat Matthews the other night 8-6 in the regular season finale. This is a team that is never out of it. It is weird, though, with them. Sometimes they'll sit there and they'll lose 15-0, then the next night they'll put on an offensive barrage. Hell, the night that they played my team, they lost 1-0 to us, and then the next night they go out and beat the Cyclones 13-12. So you never know what you're going to get, but you're going to get a competitive squad, and Coach Ro Cortella has done a tremendous job with that team. And we know the Tax on Wheels Expos have been somewhat of a laughingstock the last couple of years, but they so far have been a more exciting brand of baseball this year. The Pitching Boys. Pitching Boys have 3 guys in the top 10 in terms of batting averages in the league. This team can flat out hit. They're a sneaky team. They drew the 8 seed, and they'll have a game with the Mariners. The 8-9 matchup will be the Pigeon Boys and Mariners on Thursday, and the Cardinals will take on the Cubs in a 7-10 matchup. Last time these two teams faced each other, the Cubs actually no-hit the Cardinals, but the Cardinals won. Cardinals' offense is going to hurt them, I will admit that. Their offense will hurt them, but they have the pitching to stay in it. They have Senna. 43 strikeouts, by the way, in 25 innings for this guy. This guy can pitch. Plus, you got Corsillo. You have Titta. You have Morelli. You have, just Carbonara and Carpenter on the back end. You got guys on this team that can throw. You have arms. And mostly strikeout pitchers, by the way. If you look at their stats, the Cardinals have a very good staff in terms of striking out batters. So they're a team, you can't count them out. Yes, their offense is anemic, and they're actually dead last in the division in terms of team batting average. But they're right up there in the middle of things with team ERA overall for the league. This team can pitch. Watch out for them. They're the, they're the 6th seed, excuse me, blah. Who am I kidding? My team is the 7th seed, and we take on the 10-seeded Tax on Wheels Expos. And again, that is no easy game for my John Nesterson Blue Jays. Now, people have asked me, Chris, come on, be honest with us. Who is your clear-cut favorite here? And who are the last 4 teams to be remaining? And who's going to be in the championship? I've said this for a couple of weeks now, that I don't think anyone's stopping the Bower Bombers. I really don't. That is my former team that I coach. I was grateful last year to get to a semifinal game with them in the summer, win a championship with them in the fall. They have pushed all the right buttons this year. They lost their leadoff hitter for the entire year. They lost Corey Goodrich and Ryan Soriano, 2 pitchers in the rotation, starting pitchers that now they don't have, and they haven't had them. Their starting catcher was gone for a month, and they still they still chug along. They had games where they had 9 guys, they had 10 guys, they were missing their entire starting outfield, and they still won the games. This is a team that they are pressing all the right buttons, and they got guys on the team that can throw. Dom Delaberti, we spoke about this fatigue factor in the first couple of games and the last couple of games of last year. Hey, maybe Dom's getting tired of these logged innings the past couple of seasons. Well, so far, he has thrown brilliantly for them. Joe DeSilvio is another guy. He's a guy that can throw the ball. And Johnny Goodrich has been turning back the clock. He's looked like Rab's Country Lanes. Johnny Goodrich, absolutely incredible for the Bow Bombers. And again, their offense is potent. They do a good job of drawing walks and getting on base. Justin Newman leading the way for them in terms of average. Anthony Vella is right under him. This is a team that is clutch. And also, you look at a guy, say like Anthony Parisi. Yeah, his average isn't that great, but look at the home runs, look at the doubles, and most importantly, look at the RBIs. This is a guy that comes up clutch. Look at what Parisi did last season against the Mariners. Expect him to be clutch also for the Bombers again in 2019. So, you can sit here and say, hey, Chris, is it going to be the Bombers and Giants? Is it going to be the Bombers and Cyclones? Cyclones and Giants? What's it going to be? Are the first 4 teams going to be automatically the final 4 in the division? I think not. I think the final 4 teams that will be standing in the National Division with the playoffs will be the Bow Bombers, will be the Siegel Family Giants, will be Matthews Funeral Home, and will be the New York Bombers. And your final 2, your 2019 National Division Championship Series will consist of the Bow Bombers and Matthews Funeral Home, with Bow Bombers coming out on top. So it should be a fun and exciting National Division playoffs. It gets set on Wednesday, weather permitting, and then you have 2 fun games on Thursday with the 8-9 matchup, Mariners and Pigeon Boys. That's going to be a fascinating matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing that one, Mariners and Pigeon Boys at South Shore, and then the Cardinals and Cubs at Mid-Island. So it should be fun. Good luck to all teams. Hopefully the John Nestor Blue Jays can make some noise. But, again, I'm being fair here. Bombers, Matthews in the championship game with the Bow Bombers coming out on top.